Hi all of you, hope you guys are great. So in this video, we're going to build the roadmap for the next 3 months that what you have to learn if you really want to become a blockchain developer. This roadmap is going to be from beginner to advanced. So we'll talk about the theoretical concept, we'll talk about the blockchains, we'll talk about the smart contract, we'll talk about that what are the concepts you have to clear when it's come to architecture of the blockchain. So this video is going to be the whole roadmap for a blockchain developer, which will take you from the ground to the next level in the next 3 months. If you follow this exact roadmap, and I will tell you that what amount of time you have to give to prepare yourself for this roadmap. I just want to highlight 3 different types of learner. Okay, so I believe that you are in one of these categories. One is bottom, the second one is intermediate, and the third one is the advanced one. So you have to decide that in which category you are. So I'll keep myself in the ground, in the lower part, and I'm going to explain around it. So if you come into that category, so make sure to follow the exact roadmap which I'm going to follow if I have to start right now the blockchain development. Okay, this is the complete roadmap one should follow if he wants to learn blockchain development in 2023. This will saves a lot of your time. You will not waste your time, saves a lot of your time. So if I have to start right now in 2023 in the month of May, and I have to follow this particular roadmap for the next 3 months to learn everything about the blockchains, so this is the one I will go with. So this particular roadmap is divided in 4 different categories. So the first category we have is opinion, recommendation. The second category we have is alternatives. Third category we have is an optional one. So you can go with that or you can skip that. It's absolutely fine. And the last category we have is that what you should not learn, because that's the most important thing, that what you should not do when you are learning something new. So these are the things we're going to talk about in this entire roadmap. So they have beautifully structured the entire roadmap for the blockchain development. So this is the first category they have, basics of blockchains, and you have to know that what are the things comes into the picture when you have to learn the basics. Okay, so in the basic section you will learn about what is blockchain. The second one we have is that decentralization. So what it is, how someone will get the benefit of decentralization, what are the flaws we have in centralized system. That's why companies are moving in a decentralized systems and giving so much emphasis. Okay, so these are the things you will find here right in the details, and you can click on this and you will redirect to the article and you can read more about it. Okay, so decentralization. So once you're done with the blockchain decentralized, then you have to know that why this technology even matter, why everyone is giving so much focus, why they are talking about this. So that's the things you have to learn about it. Okay, so you can click and you can learn. Then comes the blockchain structure, and that's one is the most important thing, that you have to know that what structure blockchain follow, what protocol it's follow, what type of blockchain do we have, and what kind of structure they follow in terms of decentralization and in terms of database systems. So you have to know the entire structure, that how the transaction that's completed and how the chain is completed, okay, connected with one another. So you have to know the structure. The third and the fifth point we have is the basics of blockchain operations. So what is the basic foundation we have when it's come to blockchain operations? So what are the use cases right now we have cryptos, we to run a smart contract on the blockchain, so we can store data, we can use it as a database, peer-to-peer network. I hope you guys have followed the NFT marketplace project. What we have done, we have used the blockchain and we are uploading our NFTs, all the information about that. Okay, so you have to know about the operations of the blockchains. Now comes that application and use case. So what are the use cases we have right now as per the current scenario? When you look at the industry, what are the use case and what are the loopholes you will find? So that's the thing you have to know. These are the questions you have to ask, that what are the loopholes we have. So that comes under the basics. So once you clear all of these fundamentals, all of these topics, once you know that what is blockchain is and what are the use cases we have, now you have to move to the next step, which is a journal of the blockchain. In the journal of the blockchain, there are important concepts get introduced. So you have to know about the storage, that what is storage on the blockchain and how data gets storage. You have to understand the mining and incentive model, because blockchain is there and someone is running the node in their computer. Why they are doing it? Because they are getting something. So how the mining process happen, how the incentive model works, so you have to understand about that as well. Then you can design the proper architecture. If someone's tell you to design a blockchain, so you can design that. Okay, so you have to understand the incentive model for the blockchain. Now comes the decentralization and versus trust. Why decentralized exists on the blockchains? Because we have some flaws in the centralized system. That's why blockchain is getting popular. People are giving so much attention, putting money in the DApp. So you have to understand the decentralization versus trust, why it's so important when it's come to trust. Then comes the blockchain forking, and you have to know this concept, that what is forking network. Understand that what is forking, what is blockchain forking. Okay, So you have to understand this. Now you have to understand the cryptocurrencies. What is cryptocurrency? How it's work, how we can incentivize, how we can transfer, what are the regulation we have. If you want to transfer fund from centralized bank to anywhere around the world, there is a cap, there is a time limit. Okay, so they will ask you a lot of questions that why you are sending that money. But in the case of blockchains, you can use it as a cryptocurrency and you can transfer to anyone. So that's the power it gives to its individual. So cryptocurrency, you have to understand the use case of that. Now comes the crypto wallet. That what is crypto wallet? How you can build that one, how it's exactly work, and those who are building that, how they make money. So you have to understand that, about how the crypto wallet exactly work. Then comes the cryptography, because you know that cryptography is one of the fundamental concept when it's come to blockchain, because the entire algorithm, the entire hash generation of the data, the connection of the block, it's happened through cryptographic system. So you have to know what is cryptographic on the blockchain and how it's work. What are the hash 256 algorithm, how this works. Okay, cryptographic. Now comes the consensus protocol. So right now we have two consensus protocol. Recently we have seen that Ethereum have upgraded their like proof of work to proof of. So you have to know that why proof of work was not that efficient, what was the problem we had in that, and why they have switched into the proof of, and what kind of benefit it's bring to the miners, to the users, and for the data storage, for the transferation. So you have to understand each one of this. Okay, interoperability. So what is interoperability? Here you have to understand, right now we have different blockchains: Polygon, Solana, Ethereum, like Acmeli, a lot of blockchain we have. So how we can do something, we can connect all the blockchains and we can transfer this assets, transfer the data from one blockchain to the another blockchain. So you have to understand that how these protocols work, what are the contracts we have right now, what are the services provider we have right now, which we can utilize to do all of this system. So that's the important things. Okay, under the general knowledge comes the blockchain. So you have to understand that what type of blockchain do we have right now. So here they have mentioned, given a couple of examples about the blockchain. So we have Solana, we have the EVM based, we have the Tron, and we have layer 2 blockchains. What is layer 2 blockchain? What is layer 1 blockchain? What is layer 3 blockchains? So you have to understand that what is the difference between layer 1 and layer 2. Why layer 2 exists in the first place? Because we have some problem in the layer 1. When it's come to scaling the DApp, when it's come to building a scalable applications, which is not possible in the level 1 blockchain. You want to do the transaction right now in Ethereum, the transaction time is very less. You can't do higher number of transactions. So right now the Ethereum developers are working on that. That's why they have moved to the proof of, so it will become energy efficient, and they are also working on the scalability of the blockchain, and that's why they have built they have already launched that level 2, but it will be regulated very soon. So they are working on it. Okay, so you have to understand that what is layer 2. Okay, if you guys want me to make a dedicated video on this layer 1, layer 2, I'll make a dedicated video on that where I can explain you in detail. The blockchain, you will have a lot of blockchain. You can see back Ethereum, Polygon, Binance Smart Contract, Genesis Change, Avalanche, Frontend. So a lot of blockchain you have. So you have to understand that which blockchain is more popular, which blockchain has more use case, which blockchain has a higher transaction cost, number of users, trust, security, community. So all of these things you have to know before you jump into the development of the contract. Okay, development of the blockchain. So that's the blockchain sections. So we have covered the basics of blockchain, we have covered the journals of the blockchains. I hope you guys have got familiar that what are the topics you have to cover. Make sure to take a snapshot, and at the end I will show you that how you can get it. Okay, now comes the Oracle. So Oracle, what is Oracle? If I ask you what is Oracle, what is hybrid smart contract, what is Chainlink, what is Oracle network? So these are the things you have to know. These are the company will allow you to foster your development. This company will allow you to use their nodes to build your DApp easily accessible for the smart contract. So you have to know about each one of these, that how you can use Chainlink, how you can use their price feed if you really want to building some smart contract or building bot where you need to constantly monitor the pricing of the token and the fluctuation. So these are the companies going to help you a lot. So you have to understand about it. Now comes the smart contract, and this one is the most important things in the blockchain development. If you are a Web3 developer, then you have to know how to build the smart contract. So this one is the vast topic. So here they have built beautifully. So first thing, the basic things you have to understand about the smart contract, that what are the things you can create. and what are the things you have to know when it's come to smart contract development. So right now, as per the current use case, if you look at all the project which is available, we have token. So in that ERC token, we have couple of standards. So we have ERC21, we have ERC like 77, something like that. Have a lot of token, and each one of the token has certain utilities, certain advantages, so you have to understand about it. Okay, so we have this ERC20 token, we have the crypto wallet. So what is the crypto wallet and how you can create one if you don't want to use anyone like MetaMask and other wallet provider, how you can create that, what are the libraries we have. Okay, what is ID? So you have to understand that how you can use the ID for writing the smart contract, how you can use the crypto faucet. You know that when you want to deploy a contract, you need cryptocurrency. So how you can get the fake one to make test your contract on a local network. You have to understand about the decentralized storage, how decentralized storage exactly work, decentralized storage. Then you have to understand about the programming language, that what are the programming language do we have. Then you have to understand what is testing, what is deployment, what is monitoring, what is upgrade contract. So I believe that majority of you don't know what is upgradable contract right now and how you can do that. So OpenZeppelin is one of the powerful library which provide you this facility, which you can utilize it to upgrade the smart contract. Okay, so if you guys want to, let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely make a video on that. Okay, under the programmings, we have three options. We have Solidity, we have Viper, and we have Rust. These are three options you have which you can pick to write the smart contract. Most popular programming language we have in the smart contract development is Solidity, and is the most used language. Whatever contract you will find on different blockchains are written in Solidity. So if you don't know Solidity development, I have a complete course, make sure to watch. I'll link in the I button in the description so you guys can follow that. Now we have the Viper, which is quite new, and we have Rust. It's also a very good, very light language, so but not that popular right now, but like Polygon, Solana are working on it. Okay, so here we have the testing. When it's come to testing, we have a unit test, we have a integrated test, we have a code coverage. So you have to know that what are the options you have for testing the contract. When you will write the contract, what you will do for testing, as a software based testing, as a code written testing, as a manual testing, what are the options you have and how you can do that. Okay, so this comes the smart contract. Now let's move to the smart contract framework. So what are the frameworks and options do you have to utilize to build the framework for writing the smart contract, for testing the smart contract, for deploying the smart contract? So we have four popular frameworks right now. Hardhat is one of the popular one. It has a beautiful, easy to navigate entire documentation, so you can easily follow that, and I have a complete course on that as well, so you can follow that as well. So Hardhat, Brownie, we have Truffle, Foundry. So these are the four framework we have, and they are very popular in blockchain development. Now we have the security. So in the security aspect, because you know security is the most important things in the smart contract in any field wherever you go, and that's why we are giving so much emphasis to the smart contract development, to the decentralization, because we have flaw in centralized system. That's why the company, that's why the individuals are focusing more, because it's not only related to crypto. You can use it as a database, and that would be there on a centralized, decentralized system, and it will be there for all time. No one can take it, no one can let's manipulate it. Okay, so you have a security. So you have to know that what are things you have under the security. You have to know that what are the ways you have to make your smart contract secure, and how you can protect your contract for getting hacked. So here they have mentioned fuzzy testing and static analysis, common threat vectors, source of moderation attack. So these are the common tests you're going to do on the smart contract when you will write as for the security. Then we have the tools. If you look at the tools, we have a Slitter. So this one is a really powerful one. It will not only find the bugs, the normal bugs, like sometimes what we do, that we create a contract and you don't know that there is a re-entrancy attack is going on in your code, like flaws in the contract by mistake. So you can simply use this Slitter to identify that where you have the problem. We have a Monicore. This is not that popular. We have Endora. So we have these four tools which you have to know. I use mostly this and this one. So this is the tools we have. Now let's come to the management platform. What are the platform you have which you can use to manage the smart contract? So right now you can see that we have OpenZeppelin, which is one is a really powerful, because if you want to write a ERC20 token, you can do it manually, but you have to write a huge line of code. But if you want to use this library, all you have to do is to import the library, and you will have all the functions. All you have to do is to give the number of token you want and the name and the symbols, and you will have your token. It will save, it takes most of your work away from you. And these contract which you will use from OpenZeppelin contracts are well tested in the industry, and many companies are using, so you can trust that. Okay, because sometimes what happens that if you're going to create from scratch, you will make mistakes, you will create flaws in the code. So that will help you a lot. So understand how open zeppelin work. Once you understand that one, then move to the version control system. What is this? What are things we have in the version control? So we have Git, we have insurance, payments, NFT. Under the NFT, we have two categories, DAO, DeFi, and DAO. I hope you guys are familiar with this because we have covered this a lot of times. And now we have the capabilities. Under the capabilities, we have decentralized application, each one of these. So when you will build the DApp, you're going to test, you're going to deploy, you're going to maintain, you're going to build the architecture, you're going to look after the security. So that's comes the DApp part. And here we have the hosting. So let's have a look. So in the hosting service they have provided, like you have to know how to use GitHub, you have to understand how GitLab work, how you have to use the Bytebug. Okay, so these are the popular like code hosting platform which you can utilize it. So you have to understand how exactly work, because when you will write the smart contract, when you build something, you're not going to store in your computer. Obviously you can, but it's always better that you have to store in a cloud platform, so it will be secure and you can access from anywhere, wherever you are. Okay, so these are the popular hosting platform which is there for the code. You have to know about it. Now we have the front-end framework. Let's talk about the most popular framework which you can pick. So we have three popular framework as per the current demand. So we have React, we have Next.js, and we have TypeScript. TypeScript is really popular, so I would suggest you that if you are totally beginner, then you have to start with React, because once you master the React and the component hook, the architecture, the folder and file structure, then everything will become piece of cake, because the same things you have to follow in other framework. Okay, so you have to understand. You can pick anyone. You can go with React, you can go with Angular, you can go with Vue. It's totally up to you. Under the decentralized application, you have to understand all of these things, because without knowing this, you can't build that DApp. So you have to know the client libraries, that what are the client libraries you have to interact with Ethereum, fetching the data from the Ethereum, from the blockchains, displaying in the front end. You have to understand that how nodes exactly work, what are the node providers we have. So you have to understand that. So under the library we have Ether.js. Again, I have a complete course on this, you can follow. You have to understand that how Web3.js work, how Morales work. So this one is called, you can call it a centralized, partially centralized, not 100% decentralized, because they going to play as an intermediate role whenever you pay any transaction. Okay, the transaction will going to go through the Morales. So it's not 100% decentralized. You have to know about the get and Neatmine, substore data. So you have to know about each one of these, that what are they and how you can utilize it in your development. So in the next 3 months, you have to understand how this entire architecture work. So in the next 15 days, you have to complete the entire fundamentals, the theoretical concept, and then you have to move to the next part. Okay, so these are the libraries we have. And under the decentralized application comes the node service, that what are the node service provider we have. So just imagine that you have to get data, you have to run a node on your own computer. So what are the providers do we have? Like we have a lot of providers. So we have Acmele, Infura, Morales, and we have a quick node. So we mostly use Infura. I hope you guys are following my channel, then we have used Infura a lot in our project. So these are the options you have which you can pick. And here we have the supportive language. So like JavaScript is absolutely must. If you don't know JavaScript, like whatever I have covered so far is not going to help you. You can keep all of this knowledge for the consultancy purpose, but if you want to jump into the development field, you can't ignore JavaScript, because you need JavaScript in the front end side, you need JavaScript in the back end side, you need JavaScript and the Node.js to build board, something like that, if your product is in that category. Okay, so you need JavaScript. Without JavaScript you can't do anything. Python, it's really optional, but I prefer JavaScript most. You have the Go language which you can use to write the smart contract, but it's not that popular. JavaScript is must, because if you follow the solid programming language, in that you will find that the entire structure is based on the JavaScript. The same architecture you have to follow, the same class constructor you have to follow for writing the smart contract. So JavaScript is absolutely must for all of you if you really want to build. Okay, now let's come to the building and scalable application. So you have to know that what are the options you have if you build a blockchain, if you build a DApp, then how you can scale that, how you can increase the number of transaction, what are the more security aspects you can include from your side as a blockchain developer and as per the service provider which you're going to utilize it to include in your DApp. So these are the couple of options you have: state and payment channels, optimization, roll-ups, fraud proofs. So these are the things which you have to keep in mind: on change, scaling, what it is. So all of this concept you have to know, and then comes the keep learning, because you know that blockchain is a fairly new technology. It's not fairly new technology, it's introduced in 1991, making a digital record so no one can alter the information. So that was the whole idea for building the chains, and that's how it came into light. But right now it's very popular, you can see that. So you have to learn every single day. Every single day you have to learn, you have to keep doing research that what project is coming in the industry, because that's the important things. When you look at the project, the protocol they're building, the smart contract they're designing, the industry they're entering and they're targeting, that will give you a whole idea that what you have to focus, what you have to learn next. You can easily able to clear all the fundamentals I have explained here, all the fundamentals, the theoretical concept, within a 15 to 25 days. If you are a student like me who comes in third category, initially you are studying, it will take close to 1 month, but in the 1 month you can clear the entire theoretical concept. So when you will sit and write and make notes, that will be in your head for a longer time. And when you will design the contract, when you will design the architecture, that will help you. Okay, that will saves you your time, and you will create a better protocol, better smart contract. So this is the complete roadmap for a complete beginner who want to start the blockchain development right now in 2023 in the month of May, and he wants to become a developer by the end of August. Okay, so this is the roadmap which you have to follow. So these are the complete theoretical part. Apart for this, you have to start learning the JavaScript, because once you master JavaScript, then your 90% work is done. 90% work is done, because Solidity programming language is fairly very common. You can easily able to master that programming language within a week. If you have the complete understanding of JavaScript, you can easily able to master Solidity within a week. Okay, so understand JavaScript, and after that use framework. Some of you have asked me that we can't use normal HTML, CSS. Yes, you can, but these frameworks will save your life. This will save your life, and it will help you to build scalable application. And obviously you have to keep yourself updated that what's going on and what is the demand of the industry right now. As per that, you have to prepare yourself. You don't want to learn the old technology which is not required right now. So you have to keep your skills, like keep learning. Okay, so you have to learn about the framework. So the one thing I want to tell you, that make sure to clear all your fundamentals. And once you clear the fundamentals, start focusing on JavaScript, learn the frameworks, and use this library and build project. We have close to 12 projects on our channel. Start building the NFT marketplace. Once you're done with that, move to the Uniswap clone. Once you're done with that, move to the decentralized chat application. So we have a lot of voting, so a lot of projects we have, and these projects are industry ready. You will find that similar project in the industry. So once you build all of this project, it will give you a very good understanding that how you have to prepare in the Web3 space. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood that what you have to learn and how you have to prepare, and I think makes sense to all of you guys. And if you really have any question, any doubt, do let me know in the comment section, and do let me know that what's your take on this roadmap. If you guys want me to add anything else into that, then definitely do let me know. And I'm going to make a complete course on this entire theoretical concept, that what are the topics you have to cover, because this will help you a lot when you will sit for the interview. They're going to ask you definitely that what was the first hack happen, how it was happened, what is re-entrancy, a lot of things they will ask you. So you have to know about each one of these. So once you will have the clear understanding, then you can able to talk. What if you will go to any blockchain conference and you have to know about this? If the guys in that conference talking about Web3 or level 2 blockchains, then we have to know that what it is level 2, what are the problems we have in the level 1, and why the level 2 exists. So you have to know each one of these. That's why it's very important that you have to know that what is the basics and the advanced use case we have, and what are they, and then you can focus on the development. So I spoke a lot. I hope you guys have got an idea. If you still have any confusion, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. I'll try to help you in that. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.